Hello, this is Joanna the Medium, and thank you so much for coming back. A little bit of an intro. First of all, thank you so much for watching, for liking, for subscribing, and for sharing. It means the world to me. Thank you so much for all your comments. I read every single one of them, and even if I don't respond to most of them because it's not feasible, I do read every single one of them, as well as your emails. If you would like a private session, of course, you can contact me with the information down below. I have included links below for you. These are general readings, so they will not make sense to all of you. They shouldn't make sense to all of you. Also, if one sign does not make sense to you, as in sun sign, listen to your rising sign and your moon sign. And I find, not only from myself, but also from those who comment, that the additional signs tend to paint a more complete picture of what is going on. Many of these messages will not make sense to you towards until the end, third week or the end of November. A lot of times, or in the readings that I did for November, many times the timeline was being referred to down the road towards the end of the month and towards December. So if this doesn't make sense to you at the beginning of November, do re-listen to it towards the end of November, as you will know exactly what this pertains to. Some of the situations will happen, and they won't happen at the beginning. They'll happen towards the end of November, so that way you will have no understanding of it when you are listening to it at the very beginning. October was a little bit interesting. The last 2 weeks for October for me felt very energetically all over the place. I felt like I was being pulled from different directions. I don't know if it had to do with any kind of alignments of the stars or planets, and if you do find it was the same for you, you're not alone. But if you also know why that is, feel free to enlighten me, because I don't know much about astrology. Actually, I don't know anything about astrology, to be honest. And I think that's all I have for you. November seems to be at least the first 2-3 weeks, it seems to be a little bit more chill, as I call it. Certainly a little bit more so than the last 2 weeks of October. So it looks like we're getting a bit of an emotional break, which is always a very welcomed aspect as far as I'm concerned. And I think that's all I have for you. Again, thank you so much for watching, for sharing, for liking, and for subscribing. And without further ado, let's go to the readings. See you soon. Hello and welcome back. This is going to be a intuitive reading for the sign of Scorpio. Happy birthday to those of you who are having birthday in October. I have 3 cards face down. I will start off with a message from Spirit, and let's see what we've got. Patience is the very first word that's being presented to me. Patience pertaining to the outcome of a situation that you are working on or have been working on for quite some time. This situation is a building of something of substance. Now, this could be building of a relationship. This could be building of an enterprise. This could be building of a business. Anything that you have been building or has been in the process of building, and I'm seeing this for quite a few months, as many as 7 to 8 months. This is also about building a character, or you building a characteristic within yourself that will help you move forward in a much brighter and consistent way. The word consistent is being shown to me as highlighted. The changes you have undergone in the last few months, and I'm seeing the number 5, and these are changes pertaining to your emotions. For some of you, these changes are connected to a breakup. Something broke down a few months ago. This could be a relationship. This could be a situation that was not serving you. That situation has catapulted you forward in a way that you apparently did not expect. And when I ask what this means, he's saying to me that you found yourself to be quite confused where you're going, but also confused with regards to not having the tools necessary to move forward. And I hear the word stuck. So whatever transpired in the last few months that ended or was ended has caused you quite a bit of discomfort, emotional and psychological discomfort. As a result, your fears came up, and he's showing me the number 5, which is also characteristic of substantial changes going forward. These are not small changes. These are changes that are quite significant, not only in your outside life, but most importantly, in your inner being. This is a very necessary part of your evolution, because the way you have been up until now has not been serving you in a positive way. And he's showing me this as a broken stick, signifying the system that you are running in your mind, I don't know if it's a belief system or the way you are, has been, up until this point at least, broken or flawed. That does not mean you're broken or flawed. It's the belief system that has been running through you, broken or flawed. And I believe you understand what that means. There is no better time like the present to undergo these changes. And he's saying to me, the reason why is because there is something significant that's going to transpire for you in the spring of 2017. I'm seeing the month of May, which is also number 5 that was shown to us earlier. And it's being circled as a very critical junction in your life where you will make substantial decisions that will be satisfactory. What do you mean? You'll be making decisions that will be uncomfortable. And when I ask why, he says it is pertaining to another change. Now, don't let this scare you, because this change isn't shown to me as a negative change. As a matter of fact, it is shown to me as a positive change, and a change up, meaning it's a movement up so it's better than where you are now. But the characteristic of that situation is going to put you in a bit of a bind, and it's going to cause some discomfort. This could be because whatever is going to transpire in spring of 2017 is going to make you feel like you are not good enough, or it's going to make you question yourself and also someone else's motives. So this could be a brand new relationship that will be offered to you, or will come to you, or work-related situation where something will be presented to you. And this is not small. This is something substantial. He's showing me a clock, and he's saying to me, this has been in the works for quite some time for you, and you have been thinking about this. So whatever this is, the changes you're undergoing right now that were as a result of something that happened a few months ago are actually necessary because of where you're going and what will be presented to you down the road of spring 2017, or the first part of 2017. I also hear the words, do not be afraid to say no. Now, this is not going to make sense to you at this point. And that is quite a bit of a projection. This is supposed to be a monthly meeting, but this is a bit of a projection forward. And I'm asking him why he's saying this. It's a bit of FYI. Consider it a friendly warning. Not because there's something wrong happening, but because there is something happening that will be good, and the changes you are experiencing right now are actually the foundation for what you will experience down the road. So this is substantial. For some of you, there is a move in the works. And again, he's pointing me towards, excuse me, next year. And I'm going to get back to November here because this is a November reading. For those of you, excuse me, who are contemplating leaving a marriage or leaving a relationship, I hear the words pause. And what I'm being shown is if you are contemplating this, you are being advised to wait until the beginning of next year. He's not saying to me why. Actually, he is. Something to do with finances and you being in a better situation, but also you will be in a much better frame of mind towards the end of this year, beginning of next year, to make these substantial changes that are coming your way. Again, for those of you who are thinking of leaving or ending a relationship, this has been on your mind for quite some time. And again, I'm seeing the number 5. So it could be as long as 5 months, 5 weeks, definitely not 5 days. At least I don't think so. That's not what it feels like. But you have been thinking about it for a while. It's been in the back of your mind. He's showing me that whoever this is for, whoever this applies to, there is a breakdown in communication between you and your partner. Now, this could also signify a work environment. However, that is a much, much smaller percentage of you. The majority of you, this will be related to a significant relationship on a personal level, private, personal relationship. Your relationship is also undergoing changes right now as I'm speaking about this. And I also hear the words your husband doesn't know. So for some of you who are contemplating this move or this solution, your partner, whether male or female, is not aware. Okay, so I feel like you've been contemplating this, but your partner is not aware. And what he's saying to you is leave it the way it is for the time being, again, because towards the end of this year, beginning of next year, you will have much more clarity with regards to where you want to go. So if you were to make any decision right now, it would be, he's saying the word premature. Now, for some of you who have to leave or who have to end it for whatever reason, security or whatever, safety, obviously, you have to do what you have to do according to what you feel is right. But for majority of you, you are encouraged to give it a little bit of time and wait, because this is not the right time. I'm just going to close my email. I didn't realize it was on, so just give me 1 second. Okay. I'm also being shown the number 6 as in June, but also something with regards to 6 months. And he's showing me in 6 months, 6 to 7 months, you will be in a vastly different situation, personal situation than you are right now. So we're what? November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So there it is, May again. That's the May that comes up, spring of 2017. Let me just see if there's anything else. He's showing me that, again, for those of you who are looking at a relationship and changes in a relationship, it is shown to me that relationship is anchoring you. And to me, it signifies you are unable to be you or be free. Now, this is not a physical anchor. This is emotional or mental, where you feel like you can't quite fully be yourself for whatever reason. I am not seeing this necessarily as an abusive type situation, but it's something to do with the dynamic of your partner. I also hear that this is the way it was meant to be for most of you. So if you are wondering, oh my God, is this the way it's supposed to be? Or if you're confused, he says, not all relationships are meant to last forever. So take that into consideration. Okay. And of course, by no means am I suggesting to anybody to go get divorced. That's not what I'm saying. So please don't take it that way. But this is very specific to significant number of you. There's definitely changes happening. Okay, let's go with the cards. So the first card represents situations that have contributed to where you are today. And we have the card called Passion Ignited. So one is new beginnings, passion ignited is self-explanatory. But as you can see, this card was shown to me in reverse. So I'll just show you upright. Upright, this card is a beautiful card. It's fantastic. In reverse, it signifies to me basically, I hear the words, the passion is gone. For a majority of you, the passion in your relationship is gone. And for those of you who are contemplating a relationship dissolution, I feel that you have gone past a point of no return. In other words, there's always a possibility of rekindling passion, but he's saying, for those of you who this makes sense to, there's no going back. Okay, so that is what is contributing to where you are right now. The current situation card is represented by another ace, another one, new beginning, triumphant success. However, it is shown to me in reverse. So this is pertaining to your thoughts. This is Ace of Swords. And typically in the upright position, Ace of Swords represents new ideas, new actions, new thoughts. In the reverse position, in this particular reading, he's saying to me the words, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So there is confusion, and there is a need to move forward, but the movement cannot start because you don't know what to do. And he's going back to what was said earlier and saying, do not make any drastic changes at this point, because this is not the time. Any decisions you make at this point will be premature. Okay, so just take it for what it is. And of course, if it makes sense to you, wait. If it doesn't make sense because you need to get out for whatever reason, then of course you have to do that accordingly. The next card is your advice. So let's see what we have. Accelerated movement forward, or accelerated motion. This is Eight of Wands. Is it Eight of Wands? Eight of Swords. No, it's Eight of Wands. So this is to do with your ideas, with your spirit. 8 is a very powerful number. This card represents swift movement. And because this is an advice card, I'm going to ask what this is representing for you. Now that's very interesting because the card is called accelerated motion. However, he is asking you to move slow, which is a bit of an interesting twist on this. So let me just see what I can get here. He's saying to me that things are going to progress forward without you making or taking any action at this point. So even though you are asked to wait for a more opportune moment, or for the time where you will have much better clarity with what you want to do, the situation itself is going to be moving forward in a way that's going to allow you to have a clear understanding of where you want to go. So if you are confused right now, and if you don't know what to do because, the passion is gone and there's just a disconnect beyond which you cannot move forward, the situation is going to unravel in such a way that will allow you to clearly know where you're going a little bit further down the road. So it's almost like allow yourself to sit back and let the situation unravel. That's the best way that I can describe this. I keep seeing the number 7. I don't know why. For some of you, maybe you resonate with number 7, or maybe you resonate with the month of July. Maybe it's something to do with your partner. I also hear the word dog, so there's a dog in there somewhere connected to you. And he's asking me to say mother. Okay. For some of you, there's a mother in spirit who is a Leo, I'm seeing, and also I'm connecting 7 with her, or July. So I know part of July also falls under Leo. So there is a mother figure on the other side who is from the sign of Leo. And I'm just going to see if I can get a letter here. I'm seeing the name Marcia, Maria, something with the letter M and R in it. Okay. And the message is from the mother, from your mother, or from your mother figure. You will be okay. You will be okay through this. You will be okay. I'm also hearing there's better options out there for you down the road. So I feel that this is pertaining to your relationship for those of you who are contemplating leaving. I also feel like you are wrapping up a part of your life, a part of your chapter. You're wrapping up, but it's almost like you're closing a chapter in your life. And closing chapters in one's life always comes in with a lot of endings. Ending a certain way of feeling, believing, relating to the world, endings around relationships, how we relate to one another, endings with jobs. So endings are a part of closing one's chapter in your life. So if this is what you are going through, keep in mind that this will pass. And I'm also being asked to say you have control over how this goes. It's very important for you to understand and know that you do have control over how this evolves and how it goes. You are feeling, for some of you, like your hands are tied behind your back and you don't know what to do. And he's saying, free yourself from that prison, because your hands are not tied. It is just your fears that are holding you back. But you are breaking out of, I want to say you're breaking out of a shell. You're coming out of a shell. And this relationship is in many ways allowing you or acting as a catalyst for you to come out of that shell. And even though it may not be pleasant, because endings are never pleasant, they just are not. It is a brand new beginning, or it's a beginning of brand new beginning for you. Okay. And obviously you're probably having a hard time with this, but you are to look at this as the beginning of a new beginning for you and just let it all unfold. I also hear the words have faith. Have faith in the way you were brought up. So that's a message for some of you, a specific message. I'm not connecting what that means, so that's for you. And also have faith that everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to turn out okay. Now I'm seeing the number 8 again, which is August. And I think that's all I have. I hope this made sense. This is a general reading, of course. If this doesn't make sense, check your other signs, your sun sign and your moon sign, or your rising sign. And if you feel inspired to comment how this applies to you, I would love to hear it. I would love to read it. Until then, I look forward to seeing you again in December. And of course, if you would like a private reading or private session to see how this applies to you personally, you can contact me with the information down below. And I also have a link down below for booking a session, so you could just book by yourself. Thank you so much for watching, for listening, for sharing, and for liking. And I wish you a wonderful month of November, and I will see you soon. Bye.